In every society, long before words are spoken, judgments are already made. The human mind does not wait for truth, it reacts to appearance. When Machiavelli spoke about power, perception, and authority, he understood something most people still refuse to accept today. People do not treat you based on who you are, but on what you seem to be. When you look poor, weak, or insignificant, the world quietly turns against you. Not because people are evil, but because the human mind is wired to follow strength and distance itself from weakness. Looking poor is not only about money, it is about signals. Clothes, posture, confidence, speech, and environment all send messages. The moment someone perceives you as lacking resources, status, or influence, their behavior changes. Respect decreases. Trust weakens. Opportunity disappears. This happens silently, without explanation, and often without guilt. Machiavelli understood that power begins in perception, not morality. In modern society, people like to believe that character matters more than appearance. This is comforting, but false. The mind uses shortcuts to survive. It judges quickly. When someone looks poor, the mind associates that image with failure, weakness, and low value. This association is not logical, it is psychological. The same person wearing a suit, speaking confidently, and standing in a powerful environment is treated completely differently. Nothing about the person changed, only perception did. Consider a simple example. Two men walk into the same office. One is well-dressed, confident, and calm. The other looks tired, poorly dressed, and uncertain. Who is listened to more? Who is trusted first? Who is given respect without earning it? The answer is obvious. The mind assigns authority before evidence. Machiavelli would say this is not injustice, it is human nature. When you look poor, people feel safe disrespecting you. They interrupt you. They ignore your ideas. They delay responding. They negotiate harder. They offer less. They expect more. This is not personal hatred, it is psychological positioning. People treat you based on where they think you stand in the hierarchy. Hierarchies exist everywhere, even when people deny them. Machiavelli taught that rulers must appear powerful, even when they are not. This lesson applies to everyday life. When you appear weak, others test boundaries. When you appear strong, boundaries are respected without conflict. The mind avoids risk. Challenging someone who appears powerful feels dangerous. Challenging someone who appears poor feels safe. Look at customer service behavior. A confident, well-presented customer is treated politely. A poorly dressed, hesitant customer is often ignored or rushed. The employee does not consciously decide to be unfair. The mind reacts automatically. Status signals guide behavior faster than logic ever could. In relationships, the same rule applies. When you appear financially unstable or socially weak, people feel they have leverage over you. They feel they can demand more and give less. When you appear stable and self-sufficient, people fear losing you. Power changes attraction. Machiavelli understood that dependence creates weakness and independence creates authority. This is why poverty is not only an economic condition, but a psychological one. It affects how others see you and how you see yourself. When the world treats you as insignificant, confidence erodes, body language changes, speech becomes uncertain. This reinforces the original perception. A cycle begins. Machiavelli would call this a failure of perception management. Society rewards those who look successful before they are successful. Investors invest in confidence. Employers hire presence. People follow those who appear to know where they are going. Reality often comes later. This is uncomfortable, but true. Power is granted first, justified later. From a dark psychology perspective, this explains why many capable people remain invisible, while less capable people rise. Skill without appearance is ignored. Appearance without skill is given time to prove itself.
Machiavelli warned that appearing virtuous or powerful is often more effective than actually being so, especially in the early stages. When you look poor, even your mistakes are punished more harshly. Society forgives errors from the powerful, but condemns errors from the weak. The same action is judged differently based on who performs it. This is not fairness, this is hierarchy psychology. The mind protects what it values and discards what it does not. This is why Machiavelli advised rulers to avoid appearing weak at all costs. Weakness invites attack. Poverty, or the appearance of it, signals vulnerability. Vulnerability attracts exploitation. People push boundaries where they sense no resistance. In modern workplaces, employees who look unsuccessful are overworked and underpaid. Those who project confidence and status negotiate better terms. Again, nothing magical happens. The mind assigns value before evidence. Machiavelli's world of princes and armies has transformed into offices, markets, and social media, but the psychology is the same. Even online, appearance controls outcomes. Profile pictures, tone, language, and lifestyle signals shape respect. People follow confidence, they ignore desperation, they admire those who seem independent of approval. Machiavelli would say this is because dependence smells like weakness, and weakness invites control. The most dangerous part is internalization. When you are treated as weak long enough, you begin to believe it. Your decisions shrink, your risks disappear, your ambition fades. Power is lost internally before it is lost externally. Machiavelli warned that rulers fall when they lose the image of authority. Individuals fall the same way. This does not mean money alone creates power. It means perception must be managed. Clean appearance, controlled speech, calm behavior, and clear boundaries create authority even without wealth. Many powerful figures started with nothing but controlled perception. Machiavelli would argue that perception is the first weapon. The lesson is uncomfortable but necessary. The world does not reward honesty alone. It rewards strength signals. Those who understand this protect themselves. Those who ignore it are exploited while believing they are being noble. This knowledge is not for manipulation, but for self-defense. When you understand how perception works, you stop blaming yourself emotionally. You begin to act strategically. You improve signals. You reduce vulnerability. You stop offering the world reasons to dismiss you. In the end, Machiavelli's message is clear. Power begins in the mind of others. When you look poor, the world treats you as expendable. When you look strong, the world becomes cautious. This is not cruelty, this is psychology. And once you see it, you can never unsee it.
The silent punishment of appearing poor. When you look poor, the punishment is rarely loud or direct. No one announces it, no one explains it. It happens quietly, through delays, silence, and small denials. Messages go unanswered, promises become vague, invitations stop coming, opportunities seem to pass you by randomly. Machiavelli would say this is how power works best, without noise, without conflict, and without accountability. The mind does not attack weakness openly, it simply stops investing in it. People often think discrimination is emotional, but most of the time it is strategic. The human brain constantly asks one question: is this person useful, risky, or irrelevant? When someone appears poor, the brain quietly places them in the low return category, not because they are bad, but because the mind assumes they cannot offer leverage, protection, or advantage. Once labeled low value, everything they say carries less weight. Their ideas sound less intelligent. Their confidence sounds like arrogance. Their needs feel inconvenient. This is why advice like "be humble" often backfires for those without status. Humility only works when power already exists. When you are perceived as weak, humility confirms it. Machiavelli understood that virtues are interpreted differently depending on who displays them. The same behavior that looks noble in a powerful person looks pathetic in a powerless one. Society praises modesty from kings and confidence from the poor, but punishes both when they appear out of place. In everyday life, this shows up in small moments. A poorly dressed person negotiating rent is treated strictly. A well-dressed person asking the same questions is treated flexibly. Rules suddenly have exceptions when power is present. Machiavelli would not call this hypocrisy, he would call it realism. Laws, norms, and kindness bend around strength. The most dangerous effect is how quickly people justify their behavior. They say things like, "He's not serious," "She's not ready," or "They don't seem reliable." These are not facts, they are stories the mind tells itself to feel logical. Appearance becomes evidence, poverty becomes proof of incompetence. Once this story forms, changing it is extremely difficult. This is why first impressions are so powerful. The mind hates revising its judgments. It prefers consistency over accuracy. If you are first seen as weak, every future action is filtered through that lens. Success is seen as luck. Failure is seen as confirmation. Machiavelli warned rulers to never allow a weak image to form, because once it does, rebellion begins internally, inside the minds of others. Modern workplaces are full of this dynamic. Employees who appear financially insecure are expected to accept more pressure. They are asked to prove themselves repeatedly. Meanwhile, those who project stability are given autonomy faster. Trust flows upward towards those who appear self-sufficient. Dependence triggers control. Independence triggers respect. Social relations follow the same pattern. When someone senses that you need them, emotionally, financially, or socially, they gain power over you. They may not abuse it intentionally, but the balance shifts. They delay replies, they set terms, they expect effort without reciprocation. Machiavelli would say that need is the most visible form of weakness, and weakness invites dominance. Looking poor also affects how conflict plays out. When a powerful-looking person sets a boundary, it is seen as confidence. When a poor-looking person sets the same boundary, it is seen as aggression or entitlement. This is why many people learn to stay silent. Silence feels safer than being punished for asserting dignity. Over time, silence becomes a habit. Identity shrinks. The tragedy is that many capable people internalize this treatment and assume something is wrong with them. They work harder, they become more polite, they become more patient. But the problem was never effort, it was positioning. Machiavelli would argue that effort without perception is wasted energy. Power must be visible before it can be effective. This is also why society often mistakes confidence for competence. Confidence signals control, and control signals safety. The mind prefers safety over truth. A confident lie feels safer than an uncertain truth. This is not because people are stupid, but because uncertainty feels dangerous. Machiavelli understood that people follow those who reduce uncertainty, even if they are wrong. Looking poor increases uncertainty. People wonder if you will fail, need help, or create problems. To protect themselves, they distance away. This distancing feels like rejection, but it is actually avoidance. The mind avoids what it cannot predict or benefit from. The solution is not deception, but awareness. When you understand how perception shapes behavior, you stop expecting fairness from a system that runs on signals. You begin to manage presentation deliberately. You simplify speech. You control emotion. You reduce visible need. You become harder to categorize as weak. Machiavelli would call this prudence, not manipulation. In the end, the world does not work against you because it hates you. It works against you because it does not fear losing you. Fear of loss creates respect. When you look poor, society assumes you have nowhere else to go. When you look strong, society assumes you have options, and options create power. The amplification of poverty perception in modern society. In Machiavelli's time, appearances were controlled by clothing, posture, and public behavior.
Today, they are amplified 1,000 times through social media, technology, and constant observation. When you look poor, or even simply weaker than others, your image spreads faster, and the psychological consequences compound. Every like, comment, post, and interaction becomes part of the story your mind and others' minds are telling about you. Perception is no longer local, it is global. When people see a lack of wealth, influence, or confidence online, the same psychological rules apply as in real life. Opportunities are lost before they even arrive. Invitations, collaborations, and partnerships vanish. The mind of the observer calculates risk and reward quickly. Someone who appears weak is less useful, less reliable, and less worthy of investment. Machiavelli would note that this is not personal, it is universal human behavior. The powerful are treated as central to society. The weak are treated as peripheral. Even subtle signs of weakness are detected and punished. Hesitant speech, informal clothing, sloppy email etiquette, and lack of visible achievement all signal poverty in a psychological sense. People unconsciously classify you as low value, even if your skills are exceptional. They offer fewer chances, and when they do, the conditions are harsher. This is why many talented individuals remain unnoticed. Their signal is weak, even though their content is strong. The world does not reward potential, it rewards perceived strength. The amplification effect also operates through comparison. Humans instinctively compare themselves and others, searching for hierarchy. When you look poor next to someone who looks strong, your perceived power drops further. This creates a cycle. The weaker your appearance, the more disadvantageous comparisons become, the more the mind of society pushes against you. Machiavelli would say that power must dominate perception before it can dominate reality. Otherwise, perception dominates you. A modern example can be seen in professional networking. Two candidates apply for the same position. One dresses neatly, speaks confidently, and projects calm authority. The other, though equally capable, appears uncertain, stressed, and disheveled. Observers immediately assign hierarchy. The first is seen as competent and promising, the second as risky and expendable. The mind interprets visual and behavioral signals faster than it evaluates qualifications. The process is unconscious but absolute. This is why Machiavelli's insight remains critical. Control the story others tell about you. If your presence signals poverty or weakness, the world punishes you, even if you have all the skill, experience, or intelligence needed to succeed. Reputation and appearance are not superficial. They are survival mechanisms encoded deeply into human psychology. Those who ignore them invite systemic disadvantage. Another modern example is entrepreneurship. A startup founder who looks scrappy and financially unstable struggles to raise investment even with a brilliant idea. Investors do not invest in ideas, they invest in people who appear capable of executing ideas. Appearance, confidence, and projected strength become the currency of opportunity. Machiavelli would say that perception is power, and without power, nothing can move forward. Dark psychology also explains why the world works against those who appear poor. People are naturally self-interested. They prefer alliances with strong, independent individuals who promise return or protection. Weak individuals, or those who appear weak, do not trigger fear or respect. They trigger risk assessment, avoidance, or dismissal. The world punishes weakness silently, strategically, and consistently. This effect is compounded by internal perception. When you look poor, your mind begins to mirror the world's treatment of you. Hesitation grows, confidence diminishes, ambition shrinks. The world is not only against you externally, your own psychology aligns with that bias. Machiavelli would describe this as self-defeat. A ruler who does not project authority invites rebellion, not from others, but from within. The solution, Machiavelli would argue, is perception management combined with strategic self-reliance. You may not have wealth, but you can control signals, posture, tone, decisiveness, social environment, and visible boundaries. Even in poverty, projecting confidence and clarity changes behavior around you. The mind responds to cues, not truth. Appearance is the first battlefield, skill the second. Those who master both are rarely ignored. Consider negotiation. A person who looks poor negotiates under pressure. Every word signals need. The mind of the opponent unconsciously exploits this. Contrast that with someone who looks strong. The same words are seen as strategic, calm, and fair. Machiavelli teaches that respect and fear precede logical evaluation. Those who fail to command the first lose the second automatically. Finally, Machiavelli's lesson is also empowering. While the world works against those who appear weak, knowledge of this system allows mastery. Awareness transforms disadvantage into strategy. You can choose signals carefully, control your story, and manipulate perception ethically to protect opportunities. Poverty or weakness becomes temporary when skill, planning, and presentation converge.